Okay, hello guys, it's time to start. So, hello Josue, how are you doing today?
Good. And you?
Good, that's something great. Okay, so I'm fine today. Thank you for asking. What about you, Luis? How are you today?
Hello, Christian. I'm fine. And you?
I'm fine also, so thank you for asking. Okay, welcome to our class. Well, let's wait for your classmates. I'm sorry. So, how was your day, guys? It was busy, interesting. So, what did you do? What did you do, Luis?
Yeah, today was a busy day, but it was in a good way. It was very productive. I did some works with I have with the coding classes, and I did a lot of things in
Okay,
the
that's some
house.
okay, that's something nice. So you have a good time. You have a good time while doing activities in classes, okay? So thank you for being here, Luis. Well, I'm sorry guys, my camera. Okay. Josue, how are it? Well, how was your day? What did you do?
Yeah, normally, for example, I woke up early, I guess, 8 o'clock. For me,
Okay.
it's early. Okay.
Okay, don't worry.
And I was studying in Código. That's it.
Okay, so it was a normal day for you.
Yes.
Okay, well, that's fine. So thank you for sharing. Let's see. Well, Daniela is here, so welcome, Daniela. How are you today?
Hi, I'm fine.
Okay. Do you look tired? Are you tired today?
No, I
No. Okay.
oh, it's okay.
Okay. Everything's okay. How was your day? What did you do today?
What did you do today? Just a minute. What? ¿Cómo estuvo mi día? Sorry.
Yep.
Mm, calm.
Okay.
Very
It was
relaxed.
okay. It was relaxed. That's something nice. Okay. Daniela, Luis, Josue. Well, Malcolm is coming. We have to start our class. I really appreciate that you come on time. Thank you for coming on time, everybody. Let's start with our activities. Just before we start, okay, let me share my screen with you. Well, Malcolm is here, so hello, Malcolm. Hi, Malcolm.
Hi,
Hi,
good night, everybody.
how are you today?
I'm very well.
Okay,
Thanks for asking.
okay, that's something nice. So welcome to the class. Thank you for coming, okay? Well, everybody, we are going to start with our class. I guess it's kind of long, I could say. So we have to check different things. But before we start, let's start practicing. Before we start with the grammar, let's practice a question. Do you play any sport? Okay. Right now, let's talk about, well, let's talk about a little bit about sports. So, Luis, tell me, do you play any sport?
I I played basketball in the past, but I don't do it regularly.
Okay, so you play in the past. Nowadays, you don't continue. Okay, so
Just
sadly.
exercise.
Okay, but that's something nice. How often do you exercise?
Ah, I try like to do it 3 times a week at least, but it's very hard to to do it. Uh, It's hard. It's hard to achieve that 3 times a week
Oh,
sometimes.
okay, so I got it. Okay, so I tried. Well, I can tell you that I tried last year. I tried to go to the gym just because, but I was paying the gym and I didn't I didn't go. So
Oh,
I
the
went. I was paying, I guess, 1 year, and I went only twice. So imagine. So I know it's difficult, okay?
That
But
happens sometimes.
yeah, it's
It's hard
difficult.
the first time in the gym. It's very hard because you are, I mean, you are not um used to it, so your body is it's very painful for the body.
Yeah, that's right, okay? So if you don't exercise regularly, so your body, well, not at the first time, it doesn't, your body doesn't want to work. So that's why it's difficult, okay? It's difficult to continue. So that I think that's more difficult even. So, well, I hope, Luis, you can continue doing exercise 3 times a week, okay? So do your best, organize with your time, manage your time correctly, and also your energy, okay? That's the most important thing. So, welcome, Fernando. How are you?
Hi, uh, yeah, I'm okay, and you?
Okay, you're okay. I'm great today. Thank you for asking. Well, Fernando, today we are practicing an important question. Do you play any sport?
I really know.
Not really. Okay, so what do you like to do in your free time?
Well, maybe I play video games or watch videos on YouTube.
Okay, so you prefer staying at home. Well, that's also those are also great activities. So thank you for sharing, Fernando. Let's continue. Well, let's see. Daniela, do you play any sport?
No, I never practice.
Really?
I
You
don't like
never
it.
practiced?
No, I don't like it.
Really? Okay, so what do you like to do in your free time?
Watch the movies or series.
Okay. Okay, that's also a good activity. So you prefer watching movies or series? Okay. No sports, okay? So not all people do sports over here. Okay, but let's see. Josue, do you play any sport
Nope, I don't play any sport.
in the past?
Well, in the past, yes, I played basketball,
So we can create a a,
and
a,
that's it.
a basketball team with Luis and Josue. So you can start practicing again. Well, that's something good, okay? So nowadays you don't practice any other sport, Josue, or exercise or swimming
Not really.
or
I only
yoga?
stay at home. No, yoga, never.
That's not a well here in El Salvador is and I guess in Honduras is not a common activity, right? But it's fine. So thank you for sharing, Josue. Malcolm, hello.
Hello.
Hello. Do you play any sport?
Um, I really, I really don't play any sport, but some years ago, I running
Oh, really?
daily. Yeah, daily twice.
Okay, that's
Um,
fine. Continue.
but I leave it. Then this year, I began to going to the gym one once a day.
Okay, that's something really good. Do you go every day to the gym?
Yeah, I go to the gym every day.
Okay, that's something nice. So you have a great routine and you are very persistent. As I said, I am not. Okay, I am not persistent, at least in that kind of things. For example, exercising or running. So I'm not very persistent in those areas. Okay, but you are, and that's something really good. And do you have
I
a
am
diet?
trying.
You are trying. Do you have a diet?
Uh, right now, not, but I need it. In past years, I follow a diet.
Okay, so in the past, nowadays, not anymore. Okay, but that's
No.
something good. Okay, so you continue with at least with the exercise, and that's a great activity. Okay, thank you for sharing, Malcolm. So you are a fit person. Okay, you will be even more. That's good.
I'm trying.
Hello,
I'm trying.
you're trying. That's good. Okay, Excel. Hello. Do you play any sport?
Hello. No, actually no, but I used to play soccer
Oh,
some
really?
years ago, but no more. It's really common that I walk for a long uh, or walk. It's common that I walk but no practice sport right now.
Okay, so you only practice. Sorry, you only walk. Go for a walk, and that's
Yeah,
it.
only that.
Okay, but
Yeah.
that's also a good activity. Okay, so you don't stay on your seat all day, right? That's something also good. So thank you for sharing, Excel. And what activities do you like to do in your free time?
Me, um,
Yes.
I really like ride bicycle. And that is, I don't know, good thing that I do from when I was a child to now.
Okay.
But it's most common that I go to walk our natural art like rivers and other kinds of place where I can walk alone.
Okay, but those are
Yeah,
great. Well, that's a good activity, and you like traveling. Well, you like going out very often, so that's something nice. I can't, but
yeah.
I really admire you. That's something fine.
Mhm.
Okay, let's see, Jairo.
Yeah.
Hello. Do you play any sport or do you practice any sport?
Hello. Yes, I do.
Oh,
And in the weekends, I go to play basketball.
okay, that's something nice. Do you play with friends or in a team?
Play with friends.
Okay. Well, but that's a good activity, right? So you have some friends to practice with. That's really fine. Okay, everybody. As you see today, we are talking about sports. Some of you, well, doesn't practice any. Well, some of you don't practice any sport nowadays. Maybe in the past you did it. In present, some of you are going to the gym. Also you practice basketball, and okay, we are talking about some free time activities, okay? Free time activities and also some sports that we play, okay? Today's class, everybody, it's about abilities and free time activities, okay? I know this is not, well, it is related, but in different areas. Today, we will check some grammar about this, and also we will practice and learn, or maybe if you already know these expressions, we will practice some expressions to talk about things that we like or things that we want to do, okay? Let's start today and practice the use of can, okay? Remember that can is a modal verb that is very common to talk about, that we is very common that we use it to talk about abilities. Let's read right now the information and then we continue. Please, Malcolm, read the information about can and the example.
Okay. Can. We use can to talk about abilities. I can play soccer, subject plus can plus verb plus complement.
Thank you for reading. Okay, as you see, the main use of can is to talk about abilities that we have. In this case, I can play soccer. I can play soccer. So we have this structure, everybody, subject, can, verb, and complement to talk about abilities. Today we are talking about sports, but we can also use it to talk about other abilities that we have, okay? For example, well, this is my example. I can play soccer. What can you do, Luis?
I can cook.
You can cook. Okay, that's another ability. What about you, Excel?
I I can cook too, and I really like to eat.
Okay, so you really like to eat, so of course I can cook,
Yeah.
okay? That's a good activity, okay? That's a good ability that you have. Well, I am not good at cooking, just some things, okay? So I cannot say that I have the ability to cook. I can't cook, okay? But I can do some things, okay? Some little things. Let's continue now and check negative structure. As you remember, okay, we have in positive, we have can. In negative, we have can't. Remember to exaggerate the pronunciation of the letter T, okay? So we have to pronounce can't. Okay, very good. Let's listen right now to Fernando. Fernando, help me reading the example. Okay, the information, I'm sorry.
Can't, cannot, it says can't. He can't play volleyball. Structure is subject plus can't plus verb plus complement.
Nice job. Okay, as you see, the only change that we have from an affirmative sentence in negative sentences is the use of can't, or in this case, cannot. This is a common question, guys, and it's about the complete form of the negative of can. And yes, guys, cannot is one single word. So in some others negative forms, we use the auxiliary and we use not, or we use a modal verb and we use not in separate words. But in this case, when we are talking about cannot, we use a single word. So we say, I cannot, I cannot. Or when we are speaking, it's more common to use can't. So I can't. This is one example. He can't play volleyball. What about Daniela? Tell me one example about you.
I can't play soccer.
You can't play soccer. Okay, that's a good example. Josue, what about you?
I can't drive a car.
You can't drive a car. Okay, well, that's a good ability that we should have, but we don't have. Okay, thank you for sharing, Josue. As you see, we are talking about abilities. Okay, we are talking about different abilities that we have, or in this case, that we don't have. And the only difference is the use of the negative form of can't. Okay, now everybody, let's practice our yes, no questions. Okay, this is the interrogative form, guys, only in yes, no questions. Why only yes, no questions, guys? Because when we talk about WH questions, it's more common to use WH for possibilities, not for abilities. Okay, so maybe in some other classes we will check that, but right now let's focus on the use of can for abilities. Okay, please, Fernando, read the example.
Okay, can they do karate? Yes, they can. No, they can't.
Now the structure, Fernando.
Okay, can't plus subject plus verb plus complement and question mark.
Nice job. Okay, the question mark. Okay, as you see in this structure, okay, we change the order or we change the positions of the subject and can. Okay, remember this is really important. The moment of making a question. Okay, if we want to ask a question, we have to say, can they, can you, can he, can she? Okay, remember to use first the auxiliary, the modal verb can, and then the subject. Okay, can we speak English? Jairo, can we speak English? What is the answer?
Uh, uh, yes, we can.
Excellent. Yes, we can. What about another question? Excel, can we speak English?
Yes, we can.
Very good. Luis,
Ah.
can we speak French?
No, we can't.
No, we can't. Okay. Malcolm, can you speak Italian? Repeat again, Malcolm.
No, I can't.
No, you can't. Daniela, can Malcolm speak Italian?
No, he can't.
Very good. No, he can't. So as you see, okay, in the questions, we use this, okay, the modal verb can and then the subject. In the answer, we use the same structure as in a sentence. So, yes, I can. No, he can't. Yes, you can. No, we can't. Okay? Remember the structure of this. Now, some important points to remember about can't. About can, I'm sorry. Let's read this information. Help me with this, Luis.
Can. We use the same form of can with all subjects. The verbs are used in a base form.
Nice, yeah. Thank you, Luis. Okay, as you see, two important things. Number one, okay, we use the same form of can with all subjects. If you remember, okay, in simple present, we change, if we are talking about third person singular, we have to change the verb, okay? So we add a letter S, or we add ES, or we change the letter Y for a letter I and ES. So there are many rules, but when we are using can or can't, we never change the verb, and we use can for all subjects. So if you talk about I, you, he, she, it, we, and they, so you have to use can and the verbs in base form. So what happened if I write this sentence? So, give me a second. He can play soccer. Is that sentence correct, Fernando?
Uh, the example.
This example, he can play soccer is correct or not?
Well, with
He
the
can.
rule says that you use with the base forms. In this
Okay.
case, it's it's wrong because can have a s.
Okay, very good. So remember, the modal verbs never change. Okay, modal verbs never change. So if we use can, we never add anything to can. Okay. If we are talking about will, so we never change will. If we are talking about would, we never change would. Okay, they always keep the same. Okay, and the verbs in this case are in base form. So we say play, we say dance, we say draw. Okay, so we never change the verbs and the modal verbs. Okay, let's move right now, everybody. As you remember, if you remember today's topic, we are talking about abilities and also free time activities. So we will use a verb, a common verb, to talk about free time activities. And this is like. Okay, everybody, let's practice the use of like. So help me with the structure. Please, right now, Jairo, read what is the structure of like. Hi, Jairo. Hello. Get closer to your microphone.
Hola.
Hello. Read the
Uh,
structure and the example.
okay. Structure or example?
The two, both.
Uh, like To do yoga.
Okay, very good. Thank you for the example. Now, read the subjects. What are the subjects?
I.
All the subjects?
I, you, we, they.
Very good. What is the next part of the structure, Jairo?
Like to.
And what is the last part?
Verb in bad form plus complement.
Nice. Okay, thank you for reading. As you see, we have an example that Jairo read. I like to do yoga. So we need to use a subject like to, then we use the verb in base form and the complement. Okay? Something important we have to remember, I will write it on the chat. If we use like, then we use nouns. For example, I like pupusas. I like ice cream. I like dogs. If we are talking about nouns and if we use like, only like. But if we use like to, we need a verb. I like to eat pupusas. I like to drink soda. I like to, I don't know, another activity, guys. Drive a car. I like to work. Okay, so we always, after like to, we always use a verb. Okay, remember that and don't say, I like cook, teacher. No, guys, I like cook, no. I like to cook. What happened if I don't use like? I'm sorry, what happened if I don't use like to? If I only say like and I want to use an action, give me a second. Okay, if I use like, everybody, and I want to use an action, so we have to use ing, okay? Remember that part. Give me a second, everybody. Some dogs are barking. Okay, they stop. So, as you see, if we are using only like, we need to use an ing form. Okay, so we need to use an ing form. For example, I will write the two examples now. So I like to eat pupusas. Okay? Remember that when we use like to, we use a verb in base form and then the complement. Also, we have the next option. As I said, if we are talking about actions, if we are using verbs and we are using like, we have to use ing. So we say, I like eating pupusas. Okay? We can use both structures, but it's more common to use I like and then a noun. I like pupusas, okay? But it's also possible to use a verb in ing form and then the noun, okay? Let's practice and tell me some examples. Please right now listen to Jairo, okay? Jairo, tell me something that you really like.
Um, I like to eat pizza.
Okay, you like to eat pizza. Can you tell me now the sentence using ing?
Uh, yes. I like to eating pizza.
I like to eating.
Pizza.
Okay, thank you. But I like to eating or I like eating?
Uh, I like to eating pizza.
Okay, let's check the following. Daniela, is it correct to say I like to eating pizza?
No,
Why not?
because but if we use ing, we only use like and the verb.
Okay, thank you. What happened? Okay, thank you. That's right. If we use ing or if we are using ing, so we only use like. Okay, Josué?
I like to drink coffee.
Okay, very good. Thank you for your example. I like to drink coffee. And, oh, I'm sorry, one, two letter E. And what is the correct sentence with ing?
I like drinking coffee.
Perfect job. I like drinking coffee. Nice job. Okay. So as you see, this is the right structure. Okay. If we are talking about actions. Okay. The common structure, I like to, you like to, we like to. That is the common structure. But if you only use like, remember to use ing. Okay. Let's move on right now to something else. Some subjects are missing here. We only have I, you, we, and they. So third person singular subjects are missing. Let's pay attention to them. Please, Daniela, read the structure and the example. Oh, the example is the same. Come on. Okay, read the structure.
Okay, like third person singular. He, she, it, plus likes to, plus verb in base form, plus complement. And
Okay.
example, he likes, she likes to do yoga. I tried.
Okay. Yeah, but that was really good. Okay, so she likes to do yoga. As you remember, in third person singular, we have to follow the simple present rules. And what are those rules? Remember that the general rule is in simple present that if we have a verb and we are using he, she, or it, we add letter S, okay, to most of the verbs. Also remember, if the verb finishes in letter E, we add letter S. And that's the rule for simple present, well, for likes in simple present in third person singular. So likes to. And it is the same, guys, if we are using only likes, okay? If we are using only likes, we also have to use ing. Okay, please right now, Fernando, tell me one example about something that he, she, or it likes.
Uh, he likes to play video games.
Okay, great example. He likes to play video games. Pretty good. Right now, please, Excel, tell me another example.
Okay. About he.
Yes,
Okay.
about he, she, or it.
Okay. She like. Oh, okay. Again. She likes to sleep late.
She likes to sleep late. Okay, that's a good
Yeah.
example. Very good. Okay, thank you for sharing. Okay, those examples are great. As you see, we have to use letter S. That is the only difference. So we use letter S when we use light, or in this case, lights. Well done. Let's move on, everybody, to negative form. Okay. In this moment, remember, in negative, we also have to use this structure. Please, right now, help me, Josue. What is the structure?
So the structure for don't like is subject plus don't like to plus verb in base form plus complement.
Nice job. Okay, in this case, we don't have any example. I'm so sorry, guys. But we can create some examples. Remember that anytime we are talking about, in this case, everybody, we are using activities that we don't like to do. In this case, my sentence, everybody, I don't like, oops, let me see. I don't like to wake up early. Okay, that is an activity that Don't like. I hate everybody. So I don't like to wake up early. What about you, Luis? Tell me one activity that you don't like to do.
Um, I don't like, um, I don't know,
I like everything.
writing an essay.
Okay, come on. So I will not tell you the homework for today. No, just kidding. Okay, just kidding. Okay. So you don't like writing?
Sería an essay, right?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Writing an essay. Yep. Okay, very good. So you don't like writing an essay. Very good. You are using like and ing. So perfect job. Remember, if we use like and ing or like to and verb in base form. So these are some examples. But now, everybody, let's check talking about a third person singular form. Okay. So let's pay attention to this structure. Please help me with this, Malcolm.
Doesn't like. He pronouns he she plus doesn't like to plus verb in base form plus complement.
Nice job. Thank you for your practice. As you see, okay, so when we are talking about third person singular in simple present in negative, we also have to follow the rule. So we use does not or doesn't in this case, and the verb keeps in base form, okay? Now, let's check some other examples. Please, Fernando, tell me something that you don't like to do.
Me or about he, she, it?
You.
Me.
Yes.
I don't like to drink tea.
Really? Okay, let's see. Exal, what is the activity that Fernando doesn't like to do?
He doesn't like to drink tea.
Ah, very good. So yes, you're paying attention, everybody. Thank you. So he doesn't like to drink. Give me a second, guys. I'm having a problem. Okay, so he doesn't like to drink tea. Very good. Exal, tell me one activity that you don't like to do.
To me,
Yep.
online activity. Or,
Yeah, one activity that you don't like.
okay. I don't like to do homework at night.
Okay, excellent. I like your example. Okay, let's see, Josue, what is the activity that he doesn't like?
He doesn't like to do homework at night.
Okay, nice. So thank you. Daniela, tell me one activity that you don't like to do.
I don't like waiting a long time for my dinner.
Okay, that's a little bit difficult. Let's see, we will listen to Malcolm. Malcolm, what is one activity that Daniela doesn't like to do?
Eh, can Daniela repeat me, please?
Okay, repeat the example, Daniela.
Okay, I don't like to wait a long time for my dinner.
She doesn't like eating a long time for the dinner.
Okay, she doesn't like waiting, okay, for a long time.
Waiting.
Yeah, waiting. So she doesn't like waiting. Give me a second. She doesn't like. I'm sorry, guys. So she doesn't like waiting for a long time for her dinner. That's a nice example. Okay, so she doesn't like waiting. Yeah.
Me either or me neither.
Okay, very good. Okay, excellent use of grammar. Okay, so me neither. Okay, so she doesn't like waiting for, or she doesn't like to wait for. Remember, like ing, like to, verb in base form. Okay, Nice job. Great examples, guys, and you are paying attention. Well, guys, I guess can and like, well, can and like to are the easiest part of the class. No, just kidding, guys, okay? Right now, we are going to check some idioms, okay? So in English, they use, well, English people or people that speak English use a lot of idioms. So we will learn two idioms that we can use also to talk about things that we want to do or we want to have, and idioms to say that we really like something, okay? So let's pay attention to the first idiom. Please, Luis, tell me, what is the idiom number one?
In the mood for or two.
Very good. Be in the mood for or be in the mood to, okay?
Two.
You can see the structures in the examples. So right now, let's pay attention to the information about it. Please, right now, help me with this information. Jairo. Get closer to the microphone.
Okay. No.
Oh, yeah,
Be
I can listen to you.
be in the mood for two. Idiom. Waiting to do something or
Wanting.
having. Wanting to do something or having something.
Nice job. Okay, thank you, Jairo. As you see in the examples, okay, we are using be in the mood for or be in the mood to. Okay, what is the correct form to use for and what is the correct form to use to? Okay, please, Fernando, read example number one about the delicious ice cream.
Okay, I don't know why, but I'm in the mood for ice cream today.
Very good. Thank you, Fernando, for reading. As you see, okay, we are using I am in the mood for ice cream. So when we are using for, okay, whenever we use for in this expression, then we have to use a noun. Oops, we have to use a noun, or we can use ing form, okay? So we can say, I am in the mood for ice cream today, or I am in the mood for eating an ice cream today, okay? This is the same if we say, I want to eat ice cream, or I want to eat an ice cream. It's the same. What is the only difference? That we are using an idiom, okay? Remember that idioms are common expressions that native speakers use to express an idea that something that they want or they want or they have or they want. In this case, be in the mood for or be in the mood to. Okay, let's pay attention to our second example. Please, Excel, read number two. Hello, Excel. Okay, Daniela, help me with example.
Okay. They seem to be in the most fight. I don't know if my pronunciation is correct.
Okay, you did a great effort. So in this case, just remember the rules. Well, I don't remember if you check the simple past. I guess yes. So they seemed. So the final sound is a letter D, letter D. Okay, letter D. They seemed. Okay, so they seem to be in the mood to fight. In other words, or in better words, they want to fight. They want to fight. So they want to fight. So as you see, when we are using to be in the mood or well, to be in the mood for or to be in the mood to, we are expressing something that you want to do or a person want to do or want to have. Okay? So let's check this. As I mentioned, when we use for, we have to use a noun or we have to use an ing verb or a gerund. When we use to, we use verbs in base form, okay? So if I say, I am in the mood to, after that, I have to use a verb. If we use the first example with to, we can say, I don't know why, but I am in the mood to eat an ice cream. To eat. But if I use for, I have to use ing or only the noun. I am in the mood for eating an ice cream, or I am in the mood for ice cream. Okay, so remember this and start using be in the mood for or be in the mood to. Okay, the last idiom for today, everybody, it's this one. Okay, be crazy about. Okay, please help me with this information right now, Josue. Okay, read the information and example number 1 about be crazy about.
Be crazy about. Idiom, to be very interested in something or love someone very much. The first example is, my sons are crazy about skating.
Nice job. Okay, so they really like skating, or they are very interested on skating. Okay, so as you see, we use to mention or to say that someone is very interested in something, or someone loves someone very much. Okay, now let's read the second example. Okay, please, Malcolm, help me with example number 2.
Lana is completely crazy about her boyfriend.
Aha, okay, so when you are in love, so you are crazy about someone. Okay, so in that case, we can mention this. Okay, remember, to be interested in something or to love someone very much. So you can use it in both areas and it means the same. It's the same meaning. So if we are talking about something, we are talking about very interested. If we are talking about someone, we are talking about being interested in that person or love that person a lot. Okay, now let's remember to use these idioms to express these ideas. Remember, be in the mood for, want something, or to have something, or to want to have something. I'm sorry. If we use be crazy about with all the forms of the verb to be, so in present, in past, or maybe also in future, so we can use it to talk about being interested in something or to love someone very much. Also, guys, well, this expression is similar, for example, to say I really like. Okay, I really like or I love. Okay, it's the same. Also, there is another expression, guys, that we can use. It's not very common, but it is important for you to know it. I write all the expressions on the chat, I'm sorry. And number 1, I really like. Number 2, I love. Number 3, interested in. So I am interested in this case, my sons are interested in skating, or I am interested in you. Okay, or Lana is interested in her boyfriend. In that case, it's not very common. Okay, it's better to use she loves her boyfriend. And the last one, it's keen on. Keen on, it's something you are good at. Okay, in that case, remember good at, okay, some abilities that you have good at. Also, we can use keen on. I am keen on soccer. I am keen on soccer. So that means that I can play soccer very well, or I am good at playing soccer. Okay, now that we finish with this, the class is almost over, but I want you to think about the next question. Okay, tell me, guys, what are you crazy about nowadays? So tell me about something you are very interested in these days. For example, in these days, everybody, I am interested in learning how to prepare a cake. That is my example. So I am sorry, I am crazy about learning how to prepare a cake. So that is my example. As you see, I am crazy about learning. In this case, guys, we can't use verbs in base form. We only use ing verbs. So think about right now, you have 10 seconds to think about something that you are crazy about these days or nowadays, okay? Think about it and then we speak. Okay, now everybody, I want to listen to your ideas. So tell me, what are you crazy about? Josue, tell me about you. What are you crazy about these days?
Nowadays, I am crazy about coding and programming.
Okay, that's amazing. So, oh, what languages are you using to program?
HTML, CSS, and JavaScript.
Okay, amazing. So perfect. Thank you, Josue, for sharing with me, okay, about coding, about programming, I'm sorry, and also about the languages that you are using, the programming languages that you are using. What about you, Excel? What are you crazy about nowadays? Hello, Excel. Okay, no Excel here. So Daniela, tell me about you. What are you crazy about these days?
I am crazy for buying little things in AliExpress.
Really? So you like buying online? Well, shopping online?
Yes, 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 yes.
What kind of things do you buy?
What about my case for my phone?
Okay, that's something amazing. So you like, how many cases, phone cases do you have?
I have today 4 cases.
4 cases. So well, that's a good number. Okay, what a good quantity. So very good job. Thank you for sharing, Daniela. Now let's see. Malcolm, tell me, what are you crazy about nowadays?
Nowadays, I'm crazy about making digital clothes.
Making?
Yeah, making, uh, fashioning digital clothes.
Okay. Okay, that's pretty nice. So you like deciding those kind of things, like clothes?
Oh yeah, I really like it.
Okay, that's something really nice. Okay, thank you for sharing. Now let's see, Luis, tell me, what are you crazy about these days?
And nowadays, I'm crazy about computers,
Oh, about computers. So about, well, in this case, about what? Okay, so how to,
like building computers, like getting the parts and putting all together.
okay, that's something amazing. So, did you already start building a computer?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I recently um, changed my computer for the classes because was having some problems with my laptop.
Oh, okay. But well, that's something nice that you already start. And I don't know. Well, I don't know how to do that because I'm not too good at computers and all of those. But that's something really good. So I really admire that kind of things. Very good. Thank you for sharing, Luis. Let's move right now and listen to, well, Fernando, tell me, what are you crazy about these days?
Um, I don't know. I'm crazy about going out with my girlfriend on this
Oh,
week.
that's something good. That's something good. Are you crazy about your girlfriend?
Yeah, completely.
Yes, of course. Okay. So that's pretty good. Okay, Fernando, where do you like to go with her? Okay, so to restaurants, cinemas.
Yeah, in a restaurant.
Okay, restaurant. So very
Sí,
good.
full
Well,
restaurant.
I remember that you said that you want to have a restaurant. So that's something really nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's good. Okay, thank you for sharing. What about you? Well, Jairo, tell me about you. What are you crazy about?
I'm crazy about skating.
Oh, that's
Uh,
something good.
yes, I love this. Is my favorite activity.
Okay. How often do you skate?
Uh, Once a week.
Okay, but that's something really good. Okay, so you, well, I really like to see people skating. Well, in El Salvador del Mundo, there are a lot of people skating. So that I can see that it's a really, I don't know, in my opinion, it's kind of difficult. I have never skated, but I guess it's difficult, okay? So I really admire your activity, Jairo. Very good. Well, guys, as you see, in this opportunity, because of the time and because all the grammar that we checked today, we only practice crazy about. But as you can see, when we are talking about something we are interested in, or if we're talking about someone we love, for example, Fernando's sentence, so we can mention crazy about, okay, to talk about things that we like or we really like or people that we love, okay? We will continue practicing in our next class, the other topics that we studied. But today, everybody, I can only tell you what is our homework, okay? For tomorrow, everybody, please work on these activities, okay? Remember that, in our Tuesday class, I guess, we practice so, either, neither, and to. So please check that also in the platform. Continue practicing using to, so, neither, and also expressing the same opinion, okay? Please complete these activities and continue working and practicing English at home, okay? Well, it's time to go. So I really appreciate that you were here until the end of the class. And guys, have a good night. Okay. I hope to see you on Monday. So have a good weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Have a
Bye-bye. Thank you for being here. See you.